Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Wednesday topical video with us, the British Fist, the man in white, Mr. Parkin, and the man in this blue shirt here is none other than your favourite. It's none other than NJ, people.
What's up?
Subscribe above, like this video, and get your thoughts on the topic we are discussing down in that comment section below.
And you contact us in the link in the description box below.
Yes, indeed. In this video, we're going to be touching on a topic which really came around Providence and No Surrender. And the video title itself, as you can see up there, is Was Jeff Hardy the right decision to win the BFG series?
So Hogan prevented us getting involved in the main event, did he? Well, at TNA, I will take out my frustration on some worthless mortal, but I won't tell you who.
So I guess the plan was never mind. Why is he looking at us like that?
I don't know.
Sure. So like we said before, we're going to be discussing whether or not Jeff Hardy was the correct winner or the right winner of the BFG series. Now, there's a lot of interesting factors here, which is why we decided to do this video. On Sunday, there was a lot of comments in our video, a lot of thoughts really detaining to Jeff Hardy's BFG series, and which is why we felt it right to do this topical video this week.
Because the thing is, with Jeff Hardy, Buddy Ray, and the other competitors that were in this, it gives us different thought on who's the right winner, who's going to go up and give us the match at Bound for Glory. So this was definitely something that gave us a big discussion thanks to the pay-per-view.
I don't think someone likes the fact that Jeff Hardy won it at all. But yeah, well, firstly, so you put your thoughts in the comment section below whether you feel Jeff Hardy winning the BFG series was the right decision. We'll be interested to hear your thoughts after it all happened. We'll first go through quickly how it happened. You know, no one really thought that Jeff Hardy was going to go through until really the last day. I mean, it was a kind of an unexpected winner, in my opinion, of the BFG series, especially going through it where he didn't really have like that many points. So he was in essence an underdog, I guess, going into this.
The only thing I'm going to say straight up about Jeff Hardy is that when they knocked out AJ, who we did say in our topical video last time that he was going to be the one to go through, they kind of rushed Jeff a little bit because they gave him the 7 points over 10 points, I think, over Samoa Joe the submission. And then the pay-per-view win. So in a way, they were just rushing it just so they could make this happen.
Yeah, and they kind of had to, really, with the points he was in. And then they did the injury angle at the pay-per-view with the aces and eights. We'll just move on from that now. So they did the injury angle with the aces and eights. That plan seemed to come off. And that was basically there so he could overcome the injury to beat Bully Ray and basically show heart and courage. And this was the whole point about getting Jeff Hardy over. Now, whether or not you guys agree with the fact that they did this during the pay-per-view and whether it was effective or not is really up to you to tell us. But, you know, the whole injury angle, coming back from the injury, overcoming a big injury and a big thing like that is a great way to get a guy over, especially in a tournament like this, which has been going on for months and months.
Well, the first thing I noticed through our pay-per-view comments was the fact you do not like Jeff Hardy as much as you used to because of the things he went through and the impact he had on TNA as well as the fans' desire and liking towards him. But with this win, I was saying this many times, even though I'm not the greatest fan of Jeff anymore, this is definitely going to be his way of redeeming himself, saying, I've gone through all that, now I'm going to prove that I'm back at top form, the right person to win this, and it's going to give TNA a top guy back in where he should be, going towards Bound for Glory.
He just gave us a really evil look when he said that. But yeah, anyway, so really the whole point is, and this is, I think me and you are in agreement here, a lot of people didn't like it, but I can see from a business standpoint why they did it, even though someone obviously clearly can't see why. But, you know, and I think the thing going around here, the main point that we'll cover in this video is, after what happened at Victory Road, a lot of people said that he really shouldn't be in this spot. And the question really is, has Jeff Hardy paid his dues? I think that is the question going around the YWC, and a lot of people don't really feel he has. I, on the other hand, as a businessman, I'm tending to look at this more from a business perspective, which is why I think Jeff Hardy winning was the right decision, in my opinion.
Oh, going into this match, straight away, I thought they both had their own desire, both their own reasoning to go on to Bound for Glory to place Aries. They had their own reasoning, but Jeff Hardy, I think, had more to gain than Buddy Ray. As much as I'm a Buddy Ray fan, a lot more than Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is the guy who, with this win, is going to be able to give Aries a big match. And I'm going to agree with some of you people, because I did agree with some of the comments that Jeff Hardy has done stuff that it's going to be hard to take him seriously anymore. But at the same time, he is one of the most popular wrestlers, well-known wrestlers in the wrestling business.
Exactly, which is the whole point here, guys. If you look at it from a business standpoint, which is what I'm going to enlighten you with now, I do have a first in a business degree at Leicester University. The way it goes, guys, wrestling is a business, and business is essentially about making money. Now, as much as people probably don't like Jeff Hardy being in this spot, you cannot deny that Jeff Hardy is a star for TNA in some way or form and is a draw for the casual audiences. And if you really think about it as well, Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries is a first-time match, whereas Bully Ray versus Aries, we would have seen it before its time anniversary. So in my opinion, not just from a match standpoint, which is, it's going to give us this new, fresh match, the hardcore fans' favourite versus the casual fans' favourite, it also makes business sense that they really try and go as far as they can with a guy like Jeff Hardy, who, let's face it, at one point in time was the second biggest babyface in the business and still has a lot to offer to TNA in terms of ratings and in terms of drawing money.
Either that Aries and Jeff Hardy is going to be the first-time match and an entertaining match. They both can work off each other. You could say the way they did it with the attack weakened Jeff Hardy, and then they're planning to use police to, in a way, protect Jeff Hardy. May have been a bit OTT just to get the point across. But I just feel that if you look past the way they got to this match, it's going to still give us the money-making match. Not saying Bully Ray can't be the money-making match, but I think they have bigger ideas for him. But Jeff Hardy is going to go in a different direction towards Aries.
Well, if you look at it from this point, and you guys are there, as much as Bully Ray has improved and reinvented himself over the last year and a half, he's not a big as draw as Jeff Hardy, and he never will be. Jeff Hardy is probably the biggest draw in TNA right now. And this brings me on to another point. A lot of people out there are saying, oh, why have they gone with Jeff Hardy when they had, Rude, Storm, and Aries? Well, if you look at it again from a business standpoint, guys, I don't like saying this because I like Rude, Storm, and Aries at the top. But look at it. Rude, Storm, and Aries didn't improve the ratings. And CNA, in my opinion, had to do something a bit different, and this is exactly what they're going to do. If the guys that you were pushing before, the TNA originals and Aries, who was grew up on the independent circuit, if they're not drawing in ratings, you're sitting there as a businessman, you're like, God, we have to try and do something different here as a business. This is exactly what the Jeff Hardy decision was. And a lot of people say, well, Hogan loves Jeff Hardy. Well, there's a reason why Hogan likes Jeff Hardy, because he knows Jeff Hardy has the biggest potential to draw money for that company.
And I think even though he's won this Bound for Glory series, there's still a month until the next pay-per-view, so expect more things going on, especially with the Ace and Eights, that may make you think... I know I should be careful, but I think between this month now, the Ace and Eights are really going to be dominant over Jeff Hardy, and at the same time, it's still going to be the same thing. Jeff Hardy's going to find his way to overcome that, to make him look ready for Bound for Glory. But I think this could become something really interesting, because we've seen that the Ace and Eights have taken away Aries now, even though he's the world champion. Their target is now Jeff Hardy.
Which will be interesting, especially with the fact that now you think that Bully Ray is maybe a part of the Aces and Eights storyline. But like I said, if we're just looking at Jeff Hardy winning the BFG series and going on to face Austin Aries in the main event of Bound for Glory, I'm not sure how much of the Aces and Eights stuff they will put in it, even though we feel someone might be the leader of the Aces and Eights. But that's not really the point. From a business decision, as a main event of Bound for Glory, this will hopefully draw, and I would have no problem, or as much as I love Aries, and I think he deserves a big win, if they were going to put the belt on him, if they were going to put the belt on Hardy at Bound for Glory, I would at least understand it from a business standpoint. I really honestly would giving your biggest draw a win at your biggest pay-per-view of the year, and then really starting off a new era in terms of how, trying to draw in more casual fans and stuff like that.
Some people point out the fact that at Bound for Glory getting two faces against each other, but again, when it comes to a tournament, a series, you can't really prevent who wins it unless it's scripted, which it is. But in the end, we're getting two top faces, and also the amount of heels that are going to be able to face Jeff Hardy and Aries at Bound for Glory is still numerous.
Well, I will say this. Right now, TNA don't have that many heels. They have Bully Ray and Bobby Roode. There's not that many around, but if you look at it in this sense, you've got the casual fans' favourite, Jeff Hardy, versus the hardcore fans' favourite, Austin Aries. Now, a lot of people will say, it's not face versus heel, it's face versus face, but people have reasons to cheer for both. I mean, Hardy is very over, Aries is very over, so the crowd reaction in this match is going to be second to none. You know that. So two faces going at it here, especially one face that you really want to showcase, and then Austin Aries as well. It does, in my opinion, it does work as a main event for Bound for Glory. In my opinion, that's why I feel it was the right decision to have Jeff Hardy win.
even though, like I've said many times, either 4 of them or either 2 of them, any of them could have won. Jeff Hardy, the way they did it to make him win, I'm not 100% for, but the match at Bound for Glory, I am for, so that's how I see it.
The plan didn't work. But anyway, like I said, unless you have anything else to say about this, I think this was the right decision from a business standpoint. That's how I'm going to see it, because that is essentially what the wrestling business is. It's essentially a business for making money. So in terms of that, I think Jeff Hardy winning the Bound for Glory series, as much as I understand what you guys are saying in the comment section about, you know, him not paying his dues and etc., and him, you know, blah, 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 all that, at the end of the day, it is a business. And unfortunately, money talks in a business, which is why Jeff Hardy winning was the right decision. I'm sticking by that, guys.
Even though I would have been happy with either one of them winning, I would have been happy with Buddy Ray win, like I did in the predictions, it cancelled down to Jeff Hardy winning, so no matter what happened, I expected Jeff Hardy to somehow win, but this takes nothing away from Buddy Ray, because I'm pretty sure he's going to get a big match going to Bound for Glory, so it works out well for TNA.
He'll probably be part of the A and 8s faction match. But yeah, also, one more thing I want to say before we leave. How effective do you think this Jeff Hardy win was, with all the Aces and 8s stuff involvement, with the overcoming the injury? The match structure I didn't feel was very good. It was just a finisher fest, essentially. But how effective do you feel this segment, this angle was at getting Jeff Hardy over and getting him over big time to the point where he could win the BFG series and go on to Bound for Glory?
Okay, I'm a bit all over the place here, because the way they set it up, they did concentrate on the 8 and 8 part of it. Jeff Hardy's part was to overcome his injury, overcome Buddy Ray, and I just felt that it was strongly done because Jeff Hardy was going to win, but I just didn't feel overly satisfied with that match. And
like I said, I echo your thoughts there. I think they set it up very well. I think that the execution of the match really wasn't that great, mainly because you had Jeff Hardy, Bully Ray beating down Jeff Hardy with the arm, and then you saw all of a sudden the last 5 minutes was like a finisher fest, and they didn't build up to any of the finishers. So in terms of the way they set it up very well. They teased the fact that, you know, Jeff Hardy wasn't going to be there, etc. Someone's plan didn't work. But they teased that very well. And then also the match execution, in my opinion, wasn't great, even though they had the right 2 guys in there, the big heel in Bully Ray and the big babyface in Jeff Hardy. I just feel the match wasn't well executed. The finishers were just too close together. They didn't mean that much. But Jeff Hardy going over was the right decision. I'm sticking by that. And you guys can hate me or you like in the comment section, but leave your thoughts in the comment section on whether you feel Jeff Hardy was right to win this Bound for Glory series.
And I look forward to seeing what you have to say. But for Mr. Parkin Sim right here, me NJ Sim right here, and to show respect, Terminator NJ over there.
Yeah.
Until next time, YouTubers, enjoy the TNA review, which is coming up on Thursday, and goodbye.